and we will start. Yes. Yes, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, peace be upon you. Nice to meet you again. Welcome all from the Arab English Teachers Association, and from me, the president of this association. I am Shawqiya Hawawra from Palestine. I welcome you all to our new session with a new guest speaker from Palestine, whose name is Dr. Omar Abu Hammad. Welcome, Dr. Omar, and thanks another time for accepting our invitation. And we hope that you enjoy with us and we will get benefit from you in this new session about a very important skill, which is speaking. Speaking is a very distinguished skill, and every student and every teacher needs it because it is a very valuable one, and we can communicate easily when we learn how can we talk and how can we speak fluency, not depending on accuracy. Thanks another time, and I won't forget to thank all our attendees from all over the world. Welcome all, and now the floor is yours.
Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Pia. I really appreciate your great efforts that you actually do with the teachers, English language teachers, and the promotion that actually with these activities and sessions you apply it during the association. So I'm real proud of you and proud of all things that you did and you're still doing from the earliest time that I know Miss Sophia. She's an active teacher. She works hard to achieve the most amazing goals that she wants. I really, it's my honor being with you in this session, talking about speaking skills as a required skill for teachers, because when we just say about speaking, it is the value of the communicative approach that most of the curriculums work hard to achieve it, and our curriculum, the Palestinian curriculum in particular, cares of this approach, the communicative approach, to let students speak fluently without hesitation, without fearness. So I will just share you some tips about using the speaking skills and how to improve your student skill. Before we start, you know that speaking skills is something productive, a productive one. I mean that you have to speak, you have to let a student produce what they have and express their feelings, express their ideas, not in written way, it is in a spoken way. Before we start, I put listening here in the title because it is something important to know. As much as you speak, related to as much as you listen. So, as listening, it is something receptive that you have to receive the words, the listening, as much you listen, as much you speak. Before we talk about speaking, we have to know the prerequisite for speaking skills, which is listening. So we are in need before that to know the importance of listening, as much they have time to listen, to discuss what they listen, and to have extra listening and supplementary listening. They will speak on the way that you like. Before we talk about, I have a warming up for you. Please, if you could write down here the chat. I want to say if it is recording or it is speaking. So I want to some of you to raise hand and tell me that which way would you rather go back in time and meet your ancestors, or go forward in time and meet your great grandkids? As you are here, which one you choose? So I need to listen and from the audience now, from what the participants, the attendees here, to choose which one, the red one or the blue one, to go back in time or to go forward. Let me listen. Any participant, they want to answer?
May I?
Yeah, just
Yes,
please.
yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, please, Miss Awatif.
Yes, good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you. I would rather choose to go back in time and meet my ancestors because I do not like to see my grandkids. Maybe I will be shocked with the new generations coming up.
Well
But
done.
with,
Well done.
but,
Great.
but
Great.
with my ancestors, I can ask them about something that will help me in my life, like their experiences, something like I'm a little bit emotional and affective. I'd like to feel some nostalgia with them because, of course, also I think everybody had lost someone of his family, or I would
I
rather
got
to
your
see them.
point actually. This is fabulous.
Okay,
So
for me
you
it will be
prefer
better.
you yeah, you prefer to see your ancestors, and this is makes sense. That's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh, another
Yes,
another
yes.
another participant.
Miss Hanan Mansour, please.
Yes,
Help
hi,
yourself.
good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Uh, Thanks. Yes, I'd rather to meet my grandkids
Okay, why?
because I want to see what they are in their age, in their time, and prepare my children now to face the problems they had, or to know how to deal with these grandkids when they saw them,
Well
when they
done.
see them.
Well done. This is another opinion. I respect that so much. Great.
Great.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks.
I need
Yes,
another participant, and that's
yes.
it.
Dr. Osman, please. The floor
Yep.
is yours now. Dr. Osman.
Okay, for me as a teacher, okay, I'm going to ask the student, for example, to choose the first one or the second one. Yeah. Uh, if I want the students to be checked according to their fluency, I'm going to provide them with the first choice because here we don't have information limitation. Okay, the information gap is not there. Students can narrate what happened to them, so they can use the language in a very particular way. But if I'm teaching the students to speak using the high thinking, the thinking, I'm going to provide them with the second.
Actually, dear Dr. Usama, I'm just one according to you. Would you rather to meet your ancestors? It is just related to you, not to your students. Or you would like to meet your grandkids? Which one do you like to meet actually?
Both of them.
Your ancestors, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, why? This is the question. Why?
For me, yeah, I want to know much about them. I want to know
Uh,
about their life, okay, because they are going to tell me what's were happening at that time, okay. But for the future can be, yeah. Mm,
yes, okay. I can live with the future, you mean. So, but I don't know what happened after, before that. Excellent.
yeah,
Actually, thank you, Dr. Sama. I liked what you just said.
Osman.
So, dear all, as you see, this is speaking to all with the chance for this for student talking time, and now you won't have to be the director of the only the speaker during the lesson or during any session in speaking. You have to give the chance to your student to speak, to practice, and to deal with what you are just mentioned. I have a lot of ideas, and all of the ideas will be correct because we just want to listen to our students. Do you know why students do not speak? Because they have the fearness. Fearness of falling, feelings of feeling that they have a lot of mistakes, a lot of problems. But we are in need to encourage our students, to motivate them to open their mind, to speak. A lot of slips, mistakes, errors, so they can learn. As you know, practice makes perfect. With more practice, the student will, the next time will be better than. So if he actually or she does not speak at all, how we could just let them they talk and interact, and we will say the fluency. Fluency actually comes after practicing. So here we want to listen and to respect our students. We do not to all the time to say no, or to say it's impossible, or to say but you have to. No, you have to respect them for the first time, and after that let them by themselves evaluate their outcomes. So actually, this is I just share it to you if you can play with your students, which is related to listening part. And I chosen this one because I know that how much you concentrate, how much you focus with the student listening. This just related to when I say Simon says, for my students, they have to do the order. And if they do not listen carefully, they will not share the exact answer. This game related to listening and concentration. Sharing the word. Simon says, open the door. So if the student listen with Simon says, the answer will be correct, okay? And the doer, this action will be correct. Without saying Simon says, they will feel that there is something wrong. And if they do not listen correctly, they will not accomplish the task correctly. So we have to know about the introduction, KW charts, speaking listening skills, speaking and listening mechanisms, and recommendations. I will be in not in a hurry, but I will ask the first question. If you just listen about KWL, what does it mean? Who can just raise hand and tell me what does it mean? KWL. I I think Dr. Osama from the beginning he raised his hand. I don't know
May I
if
answer?
he's
Yes, yes, yes. Miss Awatif, then Dr.
Uh,
Osman.
thank you.
Yes.
thank you, Miss Awatif. Yeah, this you are so so amazing for answering as the first time
Thank
for the
you.
second. I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
I don't know exactly, but I have some little idea about that. I think it is what I know before the lesson, and what I want to know, and what I have
Excellent.
learned.
Oh, excellent. Well done.
Thank you.
This is the right answer. For speaking, actually, I have to know what my students know about any topic we want to speak about. Without dealing with this idea, with this point, they will find themselves that maybe they are missing the way. They are missing the objectives. So uh, you have to find what they know for the idea. So according to what they know, we want to share them and ask them what they want to know, not what I want them to know, what they want to know. So after that, I will judge that if I really succeeded in sharing them what they want or not. Do you know that most of our students study more than 10 years or more than 10 years in schools studying English? And after that, if you ask them to speak in a fluent way for any topic, to an easy way to let them introduce themselves, not most of them will be good enough. Am I right or not? So this is the problem because most of the time we are just sharing something they do not actually do not want it, and we do not judge about if they like that or not. So if we just go directly to what our students actually need, what they want, the outcomes will be astonishing, will be amazing. Do you know why? Because you touch their need. You touch their needs. I mean, you will save your time, save your efforts to reach the exact things that you want to see. I'm not caring about the theoretical part of the speaking, because we are just sharing speaking. But I will concentrate here that speaking skills require students to take turns, speak confidently, stay on topic, and speak with clarity. So these are the most important skills for students to be aware. I mean that you have to be changeable with the skills, with the activities that you need in order to let your student be a part of the speaking task. So if you give them every time, some one of them will have the turn, the role, and to give this student actually all the supporting and all the items that will support him when he stand up and talk, he will be so confident about himself. In this way, you will find that they are standing up with confidence, standing up, sharing the exact thing they want. As you know, that two ideas related to speaking. We have to concentrate with our students about the fluency, accuracy, and the sub skills of speaking. So if we start with the accuracy, learning them how to design their speaking, their sentence, their paragraph, their text, and after that, the sub skills, more vocabulary, sub skills, as you know, and the language are sub skills for speaking, to let them speak in the right way. So accuracy and fluency, they are not following each other. They are working in parallel at the same time. So as much as they let them just speak with accurate way, the fluency will come to their speaking directly. So general effective before for listening before speaking here, that you know that the effective listening related to good speaking. I mean here that if the student listen carefully to the instructions, to the most important things that the teacher just want to share, the outcomes will be accurate. But if we don't have effective listening, the instructions will be confused. The student will be confused, and we have ambiguity for a lot of things. So the students will not find the way. So the first step is effective listening. So you have to be with your students in appropriate volume for every situation. In our classroom, we know that it is crowded, and sometimes teachers speak not in like, well, we don't need to say that in loud or a high volume, but you have to say in appropriate way to let all your students understand your word, understand your speech, and understand the appropriate questions that you ask and you wanted them to answer. So, do you think that speaking is important? I want to listen from you instead of just sharing you. I want to listen from you that do you think speaking skills is important as a skill or not? I
Yes,
want to listen.
please raise your hands and try to interact with this session because it is about speaking. So
Yeah, it
please,
is. Yeah, it
yes,
is.
yes.
I
So
need
what's your
a,
opinion? Do you
a
do
new
you
hands.
see?
I need new hands, Miss Shauqiya, please.
Yes, yes, please. Miss Awatif only. is raising her hand.
Okay, why not? Thank you, Miss Awat.
Yes, go ahead,
Uh,
please.
she deserves a certificate, by the way.
Yes, of
Thank
course, she
you.
will. She will.
She deserves a
Uh,
certificate, yes.
just can you
Inshallah.
repeat your question, please?
Do you think that speaking is important as a skill or not?
Of course, speaking is a core skill like reading, listening, and writing, because it is an input. It is an output skill. If
Yeah,
there is no speaking, so students can't invest or reinvest the intake during the lesson, because if they can't speak, so they didn't take anything from what you have taught them of vocabulary, lexical items, structure, grammar, etc. So if they didn't invest their intake, there is no input, so output, I'm sorry, so there is no speaking. So it is
yeah.
crucial, not only important.
Okay, that's very nice. But I will change the question. Why do you think our students need to speak? Why do Dr. Osama, the question in another way, why do you think that our students need to speak?
Okay, so to answer this question, I can classify it into two dimensions. The first one for the students themselves, because the main purpose of the studying the language or learning the language is to use it, because the language is to
Excellent.
communicate. So
Excellent.
students, yeah, if students cannot communicate using the language, so they waste their time. Okay, this is number one. Number two, for us as teacher, the second dimension is that we can elicit the problem or the weak areas of the students when we listen to their performance, because through the performance, I can check
Uh-huh.
whether they are capable of forming sentences, interact with others, how can they use the vocabulary in a appropriate way,
Yep.
or
Yep.
yeah.
Right.
So
Thank
it is
you. Thank you, Dr. Osama. Thank you. I see that we have Miss, I think Miss Safa, please.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Speaking is very important to express themselves, trust in themselves, express what they need. If they didn't speak what I want, what can I know what there is needs. Yani,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. Actually, I want to say that it is like your passport. Nowadays,
yes,
it's like your passport.
yes,
So if I just learn my student, this is the passport, yeah, that you can communicate with all around the world. This is the
it's
idea. So that's
speaking.
why we wanted them speak.
Speaking
Okay.
is a tool of communication. How to communicate
Excellent.
with each other without speaking.
That's right. Another idea. Let's listen to. Actually, we have here Miss Al Hassan, or I don't know what's the name.
Yes, uh,
Okay. I'm so sorry.
yes,
Yes.
we should. Yes, we should listen. We should give the opportunity to the students to speak, so as to correct their pronunciation, um, to correct their answers, and to
Mhm.
guess what we need to teach them.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is really great answers. So here that I wanted you to find the dimensions that we need, or the four speaking skills we have to be aware for our students. And as you see that all of them, they are related to each other. I mean here, if we need to reach to fluency, for having a lot of vocabulary, and this vocabulary should be in good pronunciation, and using this vocabulary in the right grammar, putting the parts of speech in the right way. Where is the subject? Where is the verb? Where is the complement or the predicate? So, and reaching to fluency if the student just care of the old skills together. So here, if we are just neglecting one of these elements, we will not reach to the fluency part. If we concentrate that writing the vocabulary every lesson and students save the vocabulary and we have good pronunciation, no problem. I'm trusting that. And actually, I'm teaching grammar. We have this lesson for the grammar for the language, and the student we test our student in grammar, but we do not let them practice the grammar. We just we learn language. We not learn a subject. So language means that we have to make all of these elements, all of these factors, in order to find the way to let our students speak fluency or in a fluent way. So if I ask about the four speaking skills, vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, and fluency, all of them are related together. So when we teach speaking, what do we need actually? The first thing, personal response. We have to give our student tasks which ask them to contribute information about themselves. The first thing, the first part, let them speak about themselves. Let them share their feelings. Let them talk. And if you accept what they are just sharing about what they want to share, you will find that they have a lot of things to say. Number two, variety of responses. I mean that you have to make a lot of activities related to students to discuss together. Make pair work, dialogues, debates, role playing, group work, and blah blah blah. You know, we have zillions of activities that we can do with our students related to the responses. I mean here. So most of the responses should be in pair or in group in order to let your students participate. As you see here, group work and pair work is one of the easy way in communication in the classroom. And the function that we need to find the exact daily life interaction to let our students practice it in their outside. I want to say that the best teacher actually who moves or transfers the classroom into daily life interaction and let his students or her students participate and communicate as they are in daily life interaction. And this is one of the skills that which is simulation skill. I mean about simulation that you let your students feel the situation and practice that they are in the place that they start to deal. I mean, if I need my student to discuss something about to ask an order or to ask for a recipe or something related or ask for the menu, make the classroom like a restaurant. Make your classroom like a restaurant, and you need the waiter, and you need the client, and you need the manager, and you have to make the chef. So all of these things will be valuable because this is the purpose. This is what I need. This is what students want to learn, because if they want to go outside, they will feel the same like this. So if I change my classroom to a place that they actually need, we will find the outcomes. We will find the exact things that our students will be brilliant in dealing with it. Actually, we have to encourage our students to give more tasks, which is, we can say, supplementary, or we can say that it is additional tasks. I mean that if you just share them a video and let them listen, and after the next time let them just speak about the video or make a summary or make a paraphrasing, it will be, you will find this is an astonishing thing from your students. Do you know why? Because you let them the space to use their language, according to the material that you shared. We have number 5 related to balance accuracy task with the fluency work. I told you that I told the same thing important, that we have to work together. Do not concentrate in accuracy and neglect fluency, or for focusing fluency and neglecting accuracy. So both of them, they will have to be worked together in order to let your students feel broken the ice and do not afraid again. Number 6, that let's teacher talking, and this is actually important because most of the time in our classrooms, I don't need to say mostly. Now, some teachers, their talking time is more than student talking time. And if you wanted to judge your lesson, if your student talking time is more than yours, you want to say that you are a great language teacher as a language teacher, because language means practice it. So if the student to practice, student speak, the student participate, the student demonstrate, the students actually have their roles, you are a successful teacher. So actually, I want to say about the active listening. This is important before speaking, clarifying, summarizing, show interest. So if the students just deal with all things related to listening, they will have a, an important outcome related to speaking. So I will not say more about listening. I will open the chance for you to tell me about the speaking task related to how can we deal with our students in a classroom for a speaking task, and this is one. Here we have 2 dialogues between our students talking about new friends. How I can start dealing with this task for my students. If you are a teacher, I want you to share me and tell me how can we uh, make tasks or exercises related to new friends. We have a topic related to new friends. I need to listen some creative ideas from my teachers here. All of you are experts to tell me about your own idea to start your lesson, your speaking lesson about new friends. Miss Safa, go ahead.
I can make a role play.
Role
Uh,
play. Good.
two students speak each other.
Uh-huh.
Um, every students ask another some question about himself.
Okay. Okay, you mentioned something good. It is related to the role play. Yes. Let me listen to Miss Hanan. Hanan. Miss Hanan. Are you with us, Miss Hanan?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sorry. Yes.
Go ahead.
So first, I ask them about their friends. Who are your friends? What's their names?
Uh-huh.
Do you like them? Do you love your friend? Why? And this is to speak about their real friends, and
You,
then
you,
tell them how to gain new friends.
oh, nice. So you started with elicitation. This
Yes.
is what we called it, elicitation. Amazing. Like it. Miss Hanan, yes. We have here Miss
Yes,
Awatif.
Miss Hanan.
Miss Hanan, sorry, yes.
Miss Hanan.
So yes, I just spoke. I
Yes,
just
thank
tell.
you. Yes,
Thanks.
so
Okay,
let's move
yes.
to Mr. Khalid from Sudan.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, please.
Hello, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank
I
Yeah.
think for 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 this task, I think the most important thing is, as usual, uh, providing the language input which is necessary for all students to participate.
Yep.
I mean, every student has his own, for example, experience. He has his own views. So as my colleagues previously mentioned, we have to give each one a certain role so that they can all participate. It can be in groups, it can be in teams, for example. First of all, I will give them this language input, and then I will let them, for example, discuss together in a group manner, and then they can select one to present his or their ideas. And then we can generalize.
Yes,
That is all.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Mr. Khalid. Thank you. Then let's move to Ms. Awatif, please.
Thank you. I have two ideas to start the lesson. First one is using brainstorming with spidergram. We can talk about a true friend or a good friend. What are adjectives needed to describe a good friend? Second one is because as I saw here in the book, this is a self-introduction or a friend introducing. So we can use the WH questions to ask each others for the students. He's asking his classmate, where are you from? How old are you? Some questions like that. Then each one will prepare a short paragraph introducing his friend, some quality about him. That's it. I think it will be good for a class debate or a class discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Awatif. Thank you very much. A nice comment. Let's move to Dr. Osman. Please help yourself.
Okay. So as I can see here, we have what a situational language to be taught. For me as a teacher, first of all, I'm going to make sure that the students will pronounce the words in a very appropriate way. So listening can precede speaking. This is number one. Number two, I will make sure that all the students understand the meaning of the words here. After that, I'm going to put them in grades. Okay, first of all, we will start, for example, by greeting, good morning, and so on. So we are going to start with the first point till all the students get used to it, and I'm satisfied with their performance. After that, I can give the weak students opportunity to speak and do the same. Then we move to the next part of the task. Then I'm going to ask them to close the book and try to speak naturally as they have done and practice it. So the rehearsal precedes the performance. This is according to my point of view, and thank you very much.
Hello, Dr. Omar. Hello, Mrs. Shawqiya.
Yes, yes,
You
Okay.
yes.
sound.
Sorry.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm just sharing. That's good idea, and you shared a lot of things that's amazing actually. So thanks for all of you for what you presented. So okay, here I wanna just I don't know if we can make groups for a task, but let's okay.
Yes, you can, if you want, Dr. Omar, you can
I will.
divide them into rooms.
Okay, I can change it for open discussion for any
Yes.
question related to that, and then we can the question for all of them. According to speaking skills, as the Arab word, what are the most difficulties that we faced from our students in the Arab world? I mean, for all who study English as a second language, what are the difficulties that maybe you as a teacher face it? I want to just to read it from the chat and we can discuss these ideas. Okay, I need in the chat, please. I need more participation, not only for those who participated previously. What, as you as a teacher, um, actually face as a big problem in order to let your students speak?
Yes, teacher مشاعر, please go ahead. Yes, teacher مشاعر, you are raising your hand if you want to answer. Yes, she will.
Yes.
Yes,
No,
go
no,
ahead,
I'm
please.
with you.
Yes, yes, go
Yes.
ahead, please.
The difficulties that which students can face or I can face during my lesson, that pronunciation, the first point, pronunciation of the alphabetical letters, because from the beginning some students from the basic education they don't know how to pronounce the letter correctly.
Excellent.
And
Yes. Good.
yes, point number two, majority of students doesn't know how to read because some of them know only the names of the letters and the shape of the letters. They don't know the pronunciation of the letters.
So
This is
you mean one of the difficulties related to pronunciation? Excellent. This is an excellent answer, actually. One of the most difficulties that we face.
yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Ms.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Awatif, another time, please,
Thank
give
you.
your comment.
I think there are many factors that hamper students to talk and to speak in the classroom. This is depending according to question the hypothesis about the filter, effective filter, especially about when they have anxiety talking to fear that they will make mistakes and their classmate will not appreciate their answers, etc. This is the main idea, I think. Even
Yes.
if they know the answers, they can't. They will be hesitating to talk.
Great. Thank you. Great. Yes. So, okay. For the first thing, I want to say that we are in need to let our students be aware of the speaking outcomes and why we wanted them speak to alleviate the fearness from speaking. Sometimes we fall in a problem related to the pronunciation as the previous one, the previous difficulties, because sometimes we do not let them listen to the native speaker or the recorder as much as possible as we can. So because they fall that they listen in the wrong way sometimes and they speak it in the wrong way, so after that we reach that our students they are not confident after that because of misunderstanding of the pronunciation. Miss Awatif, that you mentioned very important things and it is actually clear. So before we reach to the end of the session, if you have any question, I'm ready to answer. So, Miss Shawqiya, it is your turn
Yes.
now.
Yes, thank you very much. It was a really valuable session, fruitful, full of information. We get much information from it. Thank you very much, Dr. Omar. And now, if there is any question, please raise your hand and we will try to see the chat box. Miss Reem says, I think the literal translation. Sorry. Please, your mics. Yes. So Miss Reem says, I think the literal translation of vocabularies in speech, though sometimes it is not suitable. Mr. Amir adds using Arabic during the lessons. Shada says letter sound isn't activated. Yes, Miss Amal also says that students are always shy to speak due to fearing she means due to the fear of making mistakes. Yes, you are right. Then they thank you for this valuable and interesting session. Miss Salma says it is a very wonderful session. Thanks, Miss Salma. Mr. Al Hassan adds the pronunciation there weak. Sorry, where is it? Yes, mashallah. There are a lot of comments here. Yes, thank you a lot. Thank you. They thank you very much. Khaled, Mr. Khaled says the language input is crucial to develop speaking. Yes, very interesting. Thank you, Miss Shada. Yes, I guess that they are very excited about this session. Yes, let's return to Mr. Al Hassan's comment. He says the pronunciation, their weak vocabulary, no respect of the grammar rules, difficulties to connect their ideas. I want to comment on no respect of the grammar rules. Do you think, Dr. Omar, that we as educators should concentrate on the grammar rules while speaking, or just on a fluency, not on accuracy? Yes, Dr.
Sorry, Ms. Shawqi, again, please.
Yes, Mr. Al Hassan says many or writes many comments here. One of them, he says that no respect of the grammar rules. I ask you, do you think that we as educators should concentrate on the grammar rules during speaking, or just to focus on fluency, not accuracy?
Okay, that's a very important and good question, actually.
Thank
As you
you.
know that we are working in the, as I told you, that we have to work with accuracy and fluency at the same time, because neglecting one from the others, we will let our students feel down from themselves and from their confidence. But actually, at the first stage, I will concentrate about fluency to let my students speak and to practice. And from my experience, that I actually visited a lot of the places, and the last one in USA, they concentrate on fluency more than accuracy. And some of them told me that actually you are better than me in grammar and structure, because we save grammar and structure, but they care of transferring the knowledge to to each other. So if the
Yes,
students transfer,
Sorry for interruption, Dr. Omar. You remind me of teaching Arabic for our children. For example, when we teach them how can they talk in
yes,
Arabic for the first time, we don't
yes,
teach them how to say, for example, the agent, for example, whatever. They learn it by accident, through experience, through interaction with their
this is the point.
parents, with their
Yeah,
environment.
this
So
is
I
the
guess
point.
also in the the foreigners also teach their students like, or their children like this. So they don't concentrate on grammar, just they teach them how can they communicate, how can they interact with others. Am I right?
Right, actually, you're right. So this is the answer, actually. So let your student feel free. They are free when they speak, And after that, you can just give them tips. Please, when you speak like this, you have to do that. And it will be better to speak in this way, not in that way. And giving some instructions, don't say for them that you are wrong. Sit down. How you start with the verb. You know that it is wrong. You have to start with the subject.
Yes.
It's not like this. Let them
Yes.
speak, and after that, you can give instructions, and they will learn from the instructions.
Great. Thank you very much for your comment. Thank you. Let's listen to Dr. Osman. Please go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank the presenter for Dr. Omar for the nice presentation. He actually activated the knowledge that we have already and add much to it by reflecting his own experience and knowledge. Okay, and thank you for Ms. Shawqiya, for always providing us with a good presenter and make us benefit for time and use it in a very appropriate way. Okay,
Thank you.
but I have one comment here regarding fluency and accuracy. If we are speaking about at the beginning of the term, we're supposed to focus on the fluency at first, to break the ice for the students. Then gradually, students are going to get knowledge of the language system, and they are going to develop their accuracy. So fluency is very important, to be focused on, especially at the beginning of the term, so as to make all the students participate inside and outside the classroom by putting them in small groups, by as Dr. Omar provide us with that task. This is number one. Another thing, to make it so easier for those who focus on grammar, we can select topic, for example, to narrate. This is the past. It's good for the students, and it's very easy for them so as to focus on fluency and accuracy at the same time, since they are speaking about past events. This is what I wanted to say, and I'm very grateful for your nice presentation and session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Osman.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's very nice. Thank you.
Yes, Miss Shada says exposure, practice, and confrontation. Miss Iman says, I think fluency comes first, then accuracy. Senta says, I would like to say thank you very much for the great presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you for your nice comments. Really, it was a very nice presentation and a very good interaction from our attendees. They always show us their great inspiration and excitement with our sessions. Thank you another time. Now let's grant a certificate of appreciation for our guest speaker. Please, Mr. Amir, can you show it to us? Please remove this one. Yes. Yes, here we from the Arab English Teachers Association, we would to grant this certificate of appreciation. Please remove this slide. Yes, yes. If no, return another time, please.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
No.
Unfortunately, I have a problem in sharing in Teams. So thanks for Mr. Amir for helping me in sharing. Yes. Yes, so the Arab English Teachers Association, AETA, is honored to award the Certificate of Appreciation to Dr. Omar Hammad from Palestine in recognition of his outstanding contributions and delivering a lecture titled Teaching Speaking. Thank you a lot, Dr. Omar. It was a great honor to be with us. By the way, Dr. Omar is my colleague from the same country, from Palestine, and it was an honor to be his guest for the first time in his program for English. He invited me as a guest speaker online, and I also was invited to or with him many times. Thank you another time. He is a very distinguished teacher, and he is a very active one. And thanks another time for accepting our our invitation, and we hope that he will join us more and more. And also thanks a lot for our participants and attendees from all over the world. Wait us with another guest speaker from another new country with another strategy, another skill. Inshallah, wait us, and please contact us in our groups in Telegram, WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, as you like. Thank you another time, and have a nice night. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Iman. Thank you,
Thank
Niveen.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for all.
Samira.
Thank you
Yes,
very much.
please, let's watch this short video, and then we will listen to the last word with Dr. Omar. Yes, no sound. Allahu Akbar. شيل هاي السودا لو سمحت. شيل هالشاشة تبعت الميتينج. Yes, so thanks another time. We hope to meet you another time in a new session, inshallah. Yes.
The sound is clear?
Yes, yes. Nice. Thank you very much, Mr. Amir, for sharing. Thanks
No,
another
that's all.
time. And now let's listen to Dr. Omar, and then we will leave. Thank you.
Actually, thank you very much. I appreciate the time I spent with you. I'm so sorry if I do not share what you expected, but I
No
hope
problem.
that I succeeded in sharing something related to speaking, and I listened to fabulous teachers from you that they have a lot of knowledge in dealing with their classrooms. So I am really proud of you all. And thanks to Mrs. Shulqiya for having me the chance to meet all of you. And really, it's my honor to be a part of this session. From my deep heart, thank you for giving me this experience to be a presenter for this topic. I hope to see you again and interact with you another time. My deep respect for all. Thanks. Thanks, Mrs. Shokri again.
Thank you very much. It was great pleasure to meet you in this association, which is for all educators all over the world. Thank you. Although it is called the Arab English Teachers Association, but it deals with all global educators, as you see. Thank you another time, and it was really a fabulous session. Thank you very much. Good evening.
You.
السلام
Goodbye.
عليكم.
Assalamu
بارك الله فيك. مع
حياك الله.
السلامة. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
مع
Thanks
السلامة.
another time. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. The phone for certificates is sent many times into the chat box. Please just write your names, your emails correctly, and then go to your emails, and then you will find your certificate of attendance there immediately. Please just write correctly. Goodbye.